Hall sports all plays. Hall sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. Hall sport all plays, they work in your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Hall sports all plays.
Get ready. This summer, the Arena League Sports is on ASAP Network. Tune in live on either the Tiki Live or Roku app, as well as your smart home TV.
All right, welcome to the ASAP Afternoon Blitz. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Greg. Got quite a bit to talk about today. NBA playoffs a little crazy last night.
Yeah.
We had a first game was a great game to watch, and then the other game, I don't know what the hell happened there. That was just, oh my goodness. We'll get to our thoughts on that as well. NFL schedule released tonight. Figure we can talk a little bit about that. Had a rookie pitch a no hitter the other night.
Yeah, that's right.
That we really didn't get to yesterday, so I figured we talk a little bit about that. So let's jump right into it with the Celtics and the Bucks last night. Celtics had a 14-point lead, and then Giannis just kind of went off, and Celtics just couldn't recover, couldn't get their momentum back. And I think that game last night, losing that game, especially the way they did with having that lead, I think that probably is the end of the series for the Celtics, because I just don't see them beating the Bucks 2 games in a row, with one of those games being in Milwaukee.
Yeah, this was it. As I said yesterday, whoever won Game 5, that's who I felt was going to win the series. And Milwaukee was able to pull it out, and Boston was leading darn near almost the whole game, and it was double digit. It was 10, 12, 14, and then Giannis would hit a big shot, and then Holiday would hit a big shot, especially there towards the end, the last 4 minutes. They were down 6. Giannis hit a big 3. Holiday hit a big 3 to tie it. And then Bobby Portis, Damian, maybe Damian was onto something with this with his Bobby Portis thing. Giannis misses the second free throw that would have tied it. Bobby Portis gets the rebound, puts it in, and 2 great defensive plays by Holiday. The play where the Celtics had the ball with about 11 seconds left. He helps block Marcus Smart's shot, throws the ball off of him, and then the last play where he's dribbling up court and then he steals it. So 2 great defensive plays by Drew Holiday. He came up big, just like it was kind of ironic, because in Game 5 of the NBA Finals was when Drew Holiday had that big game against the Suns, and it helped him win that. So in this Game 5, Drew Holiday again came up big. He had 24. Giannis had his 40. So they let Giannis get his, but Drew Holiday was the one that stepped up. Him and Bobby Portis. So it was a great win for the Bucks. Now they are in the driver's seat, and it's, to me, I feel like it's a must. I know the Celtics are the ones that must win the game, but it's a must-win game for the Bucks, because if they lose that and then have to go back to Boston for a Game 7, that's going to be very tricky. So they need to go ahead and end it now.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be – I think this Game 6 is going to be a fun game to watch, because I think it's going to be – it's going to be like the last 2 games are. I don't think we're going to see another game like we did in game 1 or 2 where either team gets blown out. I think it's going to be a close game. But I feel like whoever won that game last night was going to win this series. And then to let it slip through your hands like Boston did, I think even hurts worse. Like makes it a little more harder to overcome because that's going to be a game that's going to be harder to forget about because it's a game like, man, we should have won that game and we'd be sitting pretty right now.
Yeah.
Instead, now the pressure's back on us instead of them.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are all on Giannis because he missed that last field goal or free throw.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't be missing clutch free throws, but Giannis shoots 65% from the free throw line. So when he got fouled, when I was sitting there watching the game, I'm like, he's not going to hit both these. I was just thinking he might, and I was just glad he made that first one. I figured he might miss the first one, and then miss that first one. I missed both of them.
All right, yeah,
but
yeah, Giannis has
still by Drew Holiday was clean.
Yeah,
nice clean strip.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm the Celtics, why is Marcus Smart have the ball in his hands on my last two key possessions of the game?
Yeah,
you gotta get that ball in the hand of Tatum, Brown, one of them.
Yeah, and they show. Well, I saw on Instagram, ESPN's Instagram page. It was that play where Smart gets stripped at the end. Jason Tatum was wide open for a three. So if he's able to get the ball across and see him, he's able to give it to him for a chance there for last second three. But Drew Holiday, that's why Milwaukee got him. Yeah, he can score, but his defense showed up in this game 5 for him. So Milwaukee's in a great spot, but they have to finish it in game 6. You don't want to go back to Boston for a game 7.
No, you don't want to take your chances in a game 7 at all.
Yeah.
If you can avoid it anyway.
Right, yeah, if you can avoid it, yeah. I mean, Tatum did. I mean, they did all that they could last night. He had 34. Jaylen Brown had 26. So they definitely showed up. Horford came back to earth. He only had 8. So I guess Giannis didn't tick him off too bad in this one. He only had 8. So yeah. So but his defense on Giannis was pretty good that first half. I will say Horford was playing some pretty good defense on Giannis, but now it's going to be the same type. So Tatum's going to have to do 30, 35, Jaylen Brown 25, 30, and then we'll see, we'll see what happens. But I feel like it's over. I feel like the Bucks are going to win this series.
Yeah, I do too. I think the Bucks are going to win this series. Then in the second game last night, in my opinion, the Warriors came into that game. I don't think they expected Memphis was going to put up much of a fight. At least that's the way it looked like the way they came out. They never was focused and playing intense in that game. I don't know what the hell happened. If Steve Kerr needs to come back and put his foot in somebody's ass or what, but that was just that was an embarrassing performance. I mean,
it was.
And I'm not even a Golden State Warriors fan. I mean, it almost took me back like I was watching a Pacer game. But
yeah. Rob, sorry about Golden State last night.
Oh, he was mad. He talked about it some this morning on the morning show.
Yeah, I know you was, getting ready to go to the conference finals, but man, to me, yeah, they weren't focused, especially from that second quarter on. To me, I think Steve Kerr does need to come back. Yeah, they won the game with Mike Brown, in game 4, but that was closer than what it should have been. So I think they do need Steve Kerr in Sacramento. Good luck, because Mike Brown is your coach now. Just putting that out there. And then, but nobody showed up for Golden State. So Curry was four out of 10 from the field, and then Thompson was 7 for 12. I mean,
and most of Thompson's was in the like first quarter.
yeah, in the first. So, and then I don't know if you saw this, Chris. There was a video. So during a timeout, Draymond Green was kind of getting hype with the fans.
Yeah,
Just waving the towel to the that's their song down there. Whoop that trick.
yeah.
Which when Iron Eagle said whoop that trick, I laughed so hard. I hope YouTube has that on there. But so he was, doing, but I was like, okay, let's be careful now, because if I'm Taylor Jenks, if I'm Memphis coach, I'm playing that video all day today. Say, look, they think they won the series already.
Well, and before the game yesterday, I guess during an interview or something, Curry said, because they asked him about how he felt about last night's game, he said, "Whoop that trick."
Whoop that trick. So yeah,
like he said that before the game, and then Draymond at the end of the game, after the game, you're getting your ass kicked. He's over here jumping up and down, waving a towel. It's like, dude, you guys haven't won anything yet.
Never did it, yeah. So yeah, you got to be careful.
Somebody jump in with us. I know Rob was mad about the Warriors last night.
Rob?
What's up, Greg? What's up, Chris? Are we talking about them guys again?
Yeah, them guys.
Oh man,
have a rough night for them last night.
It was more than a rough night. That was a pathetic excuse of a performance.
I actually just saw that highlight. Did you see that highlight, Rob? Draymond Green over here jumping up and down, swinging the towel.
Look that trick. I'm like, y'all the tricks that just got whooped on, right?
All right.
I'm talking about, I think at one point in time, the Grizzlies were up like 55 points.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, bro. Like it's like the Warriors literally went in there and was like, I don't care about this game. Not for me.
Yeah. Now, Rob, do you think that's more of is that a Mike Brown thing? Would Mike Brown not have them ready?
No, I don't think that was a Mike Brown thing, because when you're experienced like that core with the experience, the championship experience that they have, by that point, I'm not saying you don't need a head coach, but you shouldn't need a head coach to get you mentally prepared. That was a complete mental lapse. Yeah. I almost felt bad for Mike Brown. I'm like, are y'all trying to sabotage the man?
You just got announced as a head coach, and now you're making him look like this?
Yeah,
they like, no, he can't leave. I'm like, are y'all trying to sabotage the man? I mean, the only person that showed up surprisingly was Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
He was the only person that showed up. I don't know what happened to the rest of the Golden State Warriors, bro. Like, I was just sitting there looking at some of the shots they were taking, and I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me, bro. Like, y'all, you cannot come into a game being a competitor, that we know that the Golden State Warriors are, and put on a performance like that. That was like no excuse. Yeah. Like, Draymond only shot 4 shots, which is understandable. But Steph Curry, it's like, okay, dude, that's my favorite player.
Yep.
But it gets to a point where I can't make excuses for you anymore. You came in and only shot 10 shots.
Yep.
You're the star of this team, and you only shot 10 shots. So it's either one or two things happening. Either you're having a real bad mental lapse, or Dylan Brooks and Desmond Bain can stop you.
Yeah.
And you were a unanimous MVP at one point. You shouldn't be getting stopped by guys like that. No offense to Dylan Brooks or Desmond Bain, but this ain't the first time that we've seen Steph Curry just get stopped.
Yeah. Yeah, and in a big playoff game, yeah, that's true.
And this is my favorite player, and I hate to critique him like that, but if I'm gonna keep it real, I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah, that's true. He should have shot it more than 10. I mean,
and then the 10 shots you shot, you go 4-10 from the field and 3-8 from the 3-point line.
And a lot of that was all in the first half.
It was horrible, bro. Horrible. There's no way Jonathan Kuminga should have more points than Steph Curry.
That'll probably be the first and only time that happens.
Jordan Poole goes 1 for 6.
Yeah,
It was just bad across the board. I don't feel they played Otto Porter enough. Like, and honestly, if you look at the time, they really didn't play anybody long stretches of time because by the third quarter, they were waving the white flag.
Yeah, they were already down by 30.
It's like, where's your pride at, bro?
Yeah, I thought they would come out after halftime and play better, and no, it got worse.
It got worse.
Yeah, it got way worse.
It was horrible. I'm like, this is a pathetic showcase of a championship team. Like it made me almost rethink my pick. Like maybe because if you play like that against the Warriors, the Bucks, or the Celtics,
oh yeah, it's done. Yeah.
It's over with.
Yeah.
And they had a hard time with Jackson, with JJ, Triple J. What you think Giannis gonna come in there and do?
That's true.
They're gonna be out of there. They either gonna get swept or they're gonna be out of there in 5. They keep on playing like that.
I'm telling you, because hell, at this point, they can't even make that mistake against Phoenix or Dallas.
Yeah.
Anthony Price says that that was Mike Brown. When was the last time the Warriors lost like that?
I can't blame it on Mike Brown because.
And then he also says, "Where's the halftime call?"
By this time, I think they should have Zoom called Steve Kerr.
Steve, we need you to talk to the team real quick.
But we've seen this Warriors team perform well when Steve is not there. I think that was a Warriors thing. Because if you look at it, remember Luke Walton, that was the reason he got a head coaching job as the Lakers head coach.
That's right.
Yeah. It's because of Steve Kerr goes on the absence because of his back injuries. Luke Walton takes over the team. They go like 20-4 without Steve Kerr. And now Luke Walton is now the head coach of the Lakers at that time. So it's like we know this team can perform well when Steve is not there. They just came out and I think they completely overlooked Memphis.
Yeah.
And Memphis was like, hold on, we right here.
But now just like I said, it's a must. Yeah, it's a must win for the Celtics. They're down 3-2, but it's a must win for the Bucks because they don't want to do Game 7 at Boston.
No.
Same thing for Golden State.
Oh yeah.
It's a must win. You don't want to go back to whoop that Trick City.
No.
In the Game 7.
No, man. You don't want to have Yo Gotti and Moneybag Yo all in the crowd talking about yeah. You know, Ja Morant dad gonna show up with his drink. Like,
oh yeah, gonna.
Hey, I'm not trying to say that they'll win 3 games in a row, but even I don't care who you are. If you let a team come back down from 0-3 or 3-1, and now you tied up the series at 3-3, I don't care who you are. You're gonna get nervous.
Oh yeah.
I
think the Warriors will close out in Game 6. But yeah, if it goes Game 7, they're going to be You're
going to have to, because then I'm going to have to give them the same energy I give Doc Rivers. That's going to be twice now. You've blown a 3-1 lead.
Yep. And they have to play better than that. I don't see them coming out playing like that 2 games in a row.
Steph Curry has to, whatever demons he has, he got to let them demons go, because like I said, if you really pay attention to the season, Steph Curry hasn't shot well since he started chasing that 3-point record. Even after he broke it, he hasn't really shot well throughout the rest of the season. We talking about a guy that was 50, 40, 90.
Yeah.
He was under 40% all year from the 3-point line. That's okay for regular people, not for Steph Curry.
Is that part of I'm not trying to make it seem like Steph is old now, but is that an age thing? Or
it could be, because I think the way that he plays offense is only so long he can keep that up. Steph Curry is a constant motion guy. And I think sometimes he does too much running where he's not getting the legs under his shot. Right. Because the way that he shoots the shot, he shoots with his body. He's not shooting with just his arms. Everything is one motion, from the way he jumps to the way he releases the ball, which is why it looks so effortlessly when he shoots. So if he's not getting the legs under his shot, then maybe he needs to find a way to either one, let Draymond control the pace of the game more, or bring in another guard where you can play Steph as an off guard.
Yeah.
And that's not to mention the ankle injuries he has, and with all the running around he does. I mean, that's going to affect your legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I get tired watching Steph. And so I can only imagine, like you saw in game 4 when Memphis, like they showed Dylan Brooks. And even though Steph really didn't have a great game, remember he scored 18 points in the fourth. This dude was hands on his knees, chasing Steph around. Like that's tiring, because not only are you chasing him around, you're steady running into screen after screen after screen. It's like that's a tiring process.
Reminds me of watching Reggie Miller play back in the day.
Reggie Miller was feeling like that too. Yep.
Oh my God.
All over everywhere.
You couldn't even take your eyes off Reggie.
No.
Like if you looked at one side, you looked up, he was on the other side catching the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, but the Warriors got to get it together, man. You know, if I'm Draymond, if I'm Steph, if I'm Clay, one of us got to call a team meeting. Somebody getting yelled at. You can yell at me too, but we got to get on our job, because if that's any indication of how you're going to play going forward, you don't deserve to win a championship.
No. Yeah, you can't get blown out like that and then turn around and not come back and play well the next game if you're expecting to try to be a championship team.
Yeah, especially when that team doesn't have their star player. I understand. I'm not cutting Memphis short, but there's no way in hell we losing like that without Ja on the court.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it, and I'm not letting us give ourselves excuses. I don't care.
Right. And you definitely, and with them missing their star player, you don't want to give them confidence either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because man, Ja was flexing and screaming. You know, you saw him making fun of Steph Curry. Now he does that when he get his 4-point play. Yeah. Ja was in his bag yesterday. And he wasn't even on the court.
He wasn't on the court. But losing this, if it did happen this way and Golden State lost the 3-1 lead, this will be more of a stain.
Yeah.
Losing the 3-1 to Bron, because
at
least you can be like, well, Bron kind of caught fire and Kyrie, okay, they came back from 3-1. This one is like they didn't have Ja and y'all still let them come back from 3-1. This would hurt more, and this will be more of a stain on their legacy for the Warriors.
I would actually have to think as upper management, if that happens, we might start considering moving pieces.
Yeah.
Because now you're showing me that this core is aged.
Yeah, it's aged, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then let's see, tonight, Heat and Sixers. Heat blew the Sixers out last game. Sixers didn't show up at all. I'm still staying with the Sixers. I'm still staying with the Sixers. I think Embiid's going to have a big game tonight. Hopefully Harden joins in on the party with them. He did one game this series, but hasn't really done much the other games.
You never know. So. You never know.
Never know with James Harden. Yeah, I think the Sixers will win tonight. It'll be last stand for them. So I expect Embiid to drop 35, maybe even 40, and they'll be able to win tonight.
I think if I'm Joel Embiid, I'm taking last game personal. I'm coming out with the force of God. Like I'm telling my team right now, the first 5 to 10 possessions, I better touch the damn ball. And not only am I touching the ball, I'm going to be in the post. I'm going to establish from the opening tip that there is nobody on this team that can stop me. I'm going to establish from the opening tip that I was unrightfully snubbed for the MVP because I made this case for Joel Embiid and then he gave me that in Game 5. I expect him to come out angry. I expect him to come out ready to play. and I expect him to come out to be dominant.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, I'm like Skip Bayless. To hell with him. To hell with him. Because there's no excuse anymore.
Yeah.
Every time it's come to Joel Embiid, everybody else gets blamed but him. They blame Brett Brown. They blame Ben Simmons. They blame James Harden. They blame Doc Rivers. When does Joel Embiid ever get the blame?
Jimmy Butler.
They blame Jimmy, but he's a
Yeah,
cancer to a team.
Yeah.
Now they trying to blame Tobias Harris. Like he's like, what? I'm not a star.
Yeah, he said no.
I'm not an all-star. I'm not even an all-star.
Tobias Harris is a role player. Yeah, no.
You know, so it's like everybody gets blamed but Joel Embiid. Nobody talks about the fact that this is probably one of the healthiest seasons he's played. Nobody talks about the fact that he himself does not show up in big moments at times. They talk about what Ben Simmons didn't do. They didn't talk about the fact that in that game versus Atlanta, that elimination game, Joel Embiid wasn't playing that great either.
Yeah, he was.
Yep.
He was, and yeah, he'll definitely get most, if not all, the blame if they end up losing this series. And
If they lose this series, does Doc get a pass?
No.
No, Doc is gonna be gone.
Nah. I mean, he's already under hot water with the whole Ben Simmons situation.
Yeah, he's gonna be gone. I don't know who they would bring in. Call Mark Jackson. But
Mark Jackson, Terry Stotts.
Yeah, Terry Stotts will work there. Yeah, Terry Stotts. Yeah, but yeah, this is it for Doc. So
yeah,
if they lose, that's it.
And somebody brought up an interesting point on ASAP in the morning. Wherever Terry Stotts go, there's a good chance that Damian can follow. He can demand a trade from Portland. So
Good.
That'll be interesting to see Dame Dollar with Embiid.
Yes, it would.
I miss seeing them play.
Oh, hey,
I love you, Mike.
What's up, Rob Scott?
What's up, Mike? You?
Nothing, man. Nothing. What's up, Greg?
hey, what's going on, man?
My boy Gonzo.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
Word.
Man, welcome, man. Welcome.
Man, just got off work.
Hey, I'm at work, you know. But I like doing these afternoon shows with Greg and Chris, man. I be having fun, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard we were talking crap about Draymond Green, so I sensed it. So I had to jump in.
Hey, I mean, look, if you look at that Warriors game last night, Draymond Green is gonna have to eat up a lot of his words, talking about he's the best defender to ever play in the NBA. I mean, you didn't play like it, bro.
I feel like the biggest loser of last night were the Sacramento Kings. Didn't they hire the coach of the Warriors?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the L.
I just told Greg and Chris, I said, well, the Warriors trying to sabotage Mike?
100%. Mike's like, maybe I should stay.
Oh, Lord. I mean, hey, they showed a funny meme on Inside the NBA of the dog that be like this. They talking about how the Sacramento Kings looking at Mike Brown. I fell out crying this morning. I was like, hell no, because I watch it. I always record it. They come on too late for me.
Yeah, too late.
You know, I got to work in the morning. I'm almost falling asleep on the game. But man, I every time in the morning when I do my little pre-morning work ritual, use your imagination. I'm watching Inside the NBA.
100%.
Yeah.
You say 76 is starting to sound like the Packers, huh?
Yeah, blame everybody but Rodgers. Nobody wants to blame Rodgers.
Yeah, I want to blame Rodgers. Somebody wants to blame
Joel.
Embiid, and so yeah.
Will Harden be better being the sixth man on the team if he keeps playing like this? Yeah, Harden used to be a sixth man now.
Nah.
He ain't got it no more. You give me 31 points out of every 10, 20 games, I can't deal with that.
Yeah, but I mean that's not sixth man worthy. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know, bro. Like Harden really he hasn't had it to me in like the past couple of years. Like even
Harden to me is one of those guys that I feel like when he puts in the work and he has a work ethic, he could be one of the best hoopers in the league. But I just feel like these last few seasons, he has no work ethic. I feel like he relies a lot on athleticism, and when that isn't clicking, you could see it, and it's very obvious. Like his athleticism is going to get you 14 points. You know what I mean? And that BS that he does at the free throw line is going to give you another 7 maybe. But it's just coming down to it. The guys like Giannis, even guys like Pride always bashes me, but guys like Jimmy Butler, he'll give you a good 30 just based off of his work ethic. He's not that athletic, but he's got good work ethic. I just feel like James.
Hold on.
Okay, the sound is
You touched the mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said James needs to get back in the gym.
Yeah. You know what though? That's a great point that you bring up because and that's my problem, so like a lot of these people said that they studied the Michael Jordans of the world, they studied the Kobe Bryants of the world. And my thing is, did you study their moves on the court or did you study who they were as people? Right. Because they were disciplined and dedicated. Like they were beating people to the gym. Like they were, being the best them that they could be. And I look at some of these NBA players today, and it's like they don't care. It's like they really like, I'm here for a check. And my thing is, I want to win. If I'm gonna be a hooper, I need a ship or something.
Yeah, 100%. Or at least get there. You know what I mean?
Get there, yeah.
I just don't get. Like I look at players like Chris Paul. That's why I hate like guys like him don't catch a break.
Right.
One of the hardest workers in the gym.
Chris is one of those guys though, even when he is healthy, there's moments where it's like, all right, you caught a break, now do something about it. And he's giving you 14 or 5 points, and it's kind of like, like, come on, you just got to own that moment. I can't, you're perfectly healthy, D-Book's healthy, everyone's healthy, and you give me 5 points in 40 minutes.
Yeah, he hasn't played very well the last couple games.
No. Yeah, it's like how many more breaks do you need?
Yeah, and he vanished those 2 games in the finals last year. So.
He vanished.
I hear you, Rob. I hear you though, because the injuries were a big part.
Y'all, you brought up a good point. He did vanish, and Drew had him on lock in the finals.
Drew took advantage of his situation, so it's like that's why I love Drew Holiday. He's one of my favorite guards.
Man, I told people already that people didn't listen to me. I said when the Bucks picked up Drew and the Phoenix Suns picked up Chris Paul, those were 2 of the best moves made that season. And people was like, Drew Holiday, I said he's one of the most underrated 2-way players in the league.
We said this
very underrated.
Lonzo to the Bulls, it was going to be huge. And then everyone was like, nah, it's Levine, it's DeMar. Then Lonzo leaves and it's back to the BS. You know what I mean? So
people don't give Lonzo credit, bro.
Nah, Lonzo, guys like Drew Holiday, Lonzo, CP3 don't get love at all.
It's all right though. Drew got a ring though.
Yes,
Drew got a ring. And look, did you see the defense he played on Marcus Smart last night?
Boy,
that's against your defensive player of the year, and Drew locked him up when it counted. He locked him up when it counted.
Oh yeah,
he did.
Yeah, 2 straight plays.
Yeah,
2 straight. I mean, that block that he got was just beautiful, bro. The way he kept it in bounds, he had the wherewithal to know, okay, I'm falling out of bounds. Let me throw it off of him. Like that, it's just some things you can't teach, bro. It's common sense in the game of basketball. I love players like Drew because you're gonna leave it all on the floor. If I'm Milwaukee right now, I feel good. But if I'm Boston right now, I feel good. We were 1 rebound away. The only thing with Boston that they got to be scared about is they're doing this without Chris Middleton.
Yep.
That's the scary part. Because if Chris said we're talking about 20 to 25 points.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, what did I say, Rob Scott? When Alex Caruso went down, I said, all right.
Yeah.
I'll be patient. I waited 6 months, came back. I said, yeah.
But Chris gonna be back eventually.
Hey.
He gonna be back eventually.
Oh yeah. Got the violin going. I don't care. No one cared when Alex Caruso missed 6 months.
Shit, man. He was out for the rest of the playoffs after that elbow.
Fine with me.
It's all right though. Our Bulls will be back, man. The Bulls will be back.
Bulls
Hey,
didn't
Mike,
have
hold
no.
on. I'm glad Mike is here because I know you two know. But Mike, would you kindly tell Frankie and Pride and Freddie? Everybody who knows me knows that I've already said Steph Curry was my favorite player. Like they act like I just switched up all of a sudden. I'm like, when have you not seen? Look, at Mike go turn off the camera. Hey, I've always said this, man. That Steph Curry is my favorite player, and that's why I'm crucifying him right now.
Listen,
he pissed me off so bad last night, man. You
Rob
cannot be a
Scott-
former MVP playing like that.
Rob Scott is a diehard Bulls fan that went missing during the dark ages and supported Steph Curry, and I cannot shame him for that. I got mad love for Rob Scott, so that's okay.
Look at Frankie. What up, Frankie? Frankie the Yankee. My guy, Frankie the Yankee. Hey, he's a Yankee fan.
I think Bulls fans get that luxury. Like for me, it wasn't Steph Curry, it was Jimmy. Like when the Bulls went into that second rebuild, the rebuild of the rebuild, I went, all right, cool. I'm gonna follow Jimmy Butler wherever he goes. And then I bought his Philly jersey, bought his Minnesota jersey. Let's just leave it and say that Jimmy Butler made me spend some bread because that mug couldn't stay in one place for more than a season to save his life. But I followed him because I wanted a taste of the playoffs. You want to be excited about something. And when Chris Dunn and Cameron Payne, before he was Cameron Payne, Rob Scott knows what Cameron Payne I'm talking about. Negative 6 point in a game, Cameron Payne, first player to ever have negative points in a game. Like you gotta root for somebody. Bulls and Bears making Rob loco
all the time. I get so embarrassed now to kind of say bear down. I'll be like, yeah, bear down.
Hey, Klay Thompson's my dog, bro. Don't ever disrespect Klay Thompson, man. He be pissing me off now, but it's all right. It's all right.
Hey, look, at Frankie always got something to say when he's a New Yorker who loves the Lakers.
Ooh, gotta go.
That's all I'm saying.
Talk about it. You want to talk about it?
And that's because he ain't got nothing to cheer for. Brooklyn getting swept, and New York don't even make it to the dance. The Knicks.
You hate to see it.
Speaking of the Nets, you think they're about to make a bunch of changes? I know the GM came out and said they need people that want to be there and people that are going to be available.
First change I'm making is firing Steve Nash.
Yep.
Second change I'm making is I'm going to Kyrie and I'm saying, what are your plans going forward? Before we even talk contract details, what are your plans going forward?
Right.
Because I don't know. Like I said earlier, I'm not persecuting somebody that's celebrating their religion. I'm not, but like if I'm playing on the court, I'm going to Kyrie and say, okay, it's okay for you to celebrate Ramadan. I get that. Blessings to you, brother. I need you to sit down. Because if you're not here all the way, we can't go. We just went through this with your vaccine situation.
Yeah.
We just went through this. Now you're not eating before games, bro. I can't go through it. I just can't go through that.
Yeah.
Like you celebrate you. I'm never gonna tell somebody to not celebrate God in the way that they celebrate God.
Right.
But what I'm saying is you can't have it, you can't have your cake and eat it too, bro.
Right. Now, what I would do personally, first of all, fire that fake Steve Kerr dude, Steve Nash. Goodbye. Like I haven't heard Steve Nash talk one time since he got hired. I never see him on ESPN. I never seen a highlight of Steve Nash. I've never seen a single thing. He just stands there and he's like, "All right, y'all do you," and it's like, what?
I'm telling you, bro.
But
give everybody high fives on the way back to the bench.
Yeah, the high five.
Or that funny picture he had hugging on Kevin Durant.
Oh, I hated it. But I think you might even have to trade KD. Like I think that's the reality of the situation that you're in is because you've given up so many assets and so many draft picks for Harden and Simmons and to get everybody else acquired throughout this team that it's like, I'm not going to say you won't get anything for Kyrie, but you're in a weird situation where he's a free agent, so you could just lose him anyways. You're not going to sign and trade him because it's not even worth it. And then Kevin Durant, he's the only one with the max amount of value to where you'll get an entire farm system for that man. And Ben Simmons, you ain't getting nothing for Ben Simmons. You might have got something for Ben if he played, but I don't think now that he didn't even play and he has these back issues. It's definitely something to where I don't even think you'll get much for Ben. So I think, I'll take the sacrifice and I'll trade Zach LaVine for Kevin Durant. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I think it's fair. But no, I think something like that though. Like and Rob Scott, you could tell me if I'm capping, but if I were to give like Patrick Williams, who's 20 years old, one of the best defenders young defenders in the league, give Zach LaVine for Kevin Durant, I think if I'm Brooklyn, that's a dub because you have two guys under 25 and then Kevin Durant's 33. So you have to do something because you can't count on those guys. And I always say the best ability is availability. And the guys you would be getting in return are young, dedicated, and they have drive, whereas everybody else, I'm not going to say, just like Rob Scott, I'm not going to say Kyrie isn't dedicated. Exactly. But I think Kyrie is in a different space of life. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's more focused on the outside world and the universe and just the way things go. And that's cool. Damian says, hell no. Damian, if you don't want Kevin Durant on the Bulls, I don't know what to tell you. Because
you're tweaking, bro.
I don't care what anybody says. Snake or no snake. And I'm sorry to Frankie. Hey, call him what you want. I'll take him right now. I'll get a number 7 jersey.
I'll call him Kevin Bull Rant if he come here.
Hey, he can make his way right over to Indiana.
Him and Halliburton and Miles Turner.
He say, "Big who cares?" Yeah. I love that. Yeah.
I say it at work all the time now. It's awesome. They'll be like, Mike, are you gonna do that? And I'm like, yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this though. I like where you going with that, Mike. But if I'm the Brooklyn Nets organization, I ain't talking nothing until I hear DeMar's name in there.
See, but why would they want DeMar?
Because if I'm giving you Kevin Durant, I need something in return.
You get 2 young players.
Zach LaVine ain't cutting it for me, bro. You can give me DeMar and Patrick, and now we talking.
Oh, if I could keep Zach, take DeMar. I don't give a shit about DeMar.
Hey, I'm just saying, if I'm the Brooklyn Nets and I do consider trading Kevin Durant, I'm getting the most bang for my buck.
Right.
I'm giving you the most prolific scorer ever in the NBA.
Please explain to me why the hell you would be trading an injury-prone player for another injury. Because one is better than the other, sir.
One is better, yeah. I was going to say.
Like, would you rather have I can't say that on the air, Damian. We'll have to talk about this later. But, listen, you got 2 girls. Both are cheating on you. But one got a big donk. And the other don't. Hey, man. If an ironing board is cheating on you and a bubble butt is cheating on you, I'd rather the bubble butt be cheating on me.
You know what they say?
When she is with me, it's solid. The ironing board? What am I doing with an ironing board?
Hey, you know what they say? They say money can't buy happiness. What the old saying goes, do you want to cry in the hoopty? Do you want to cry in the bins?
Exactly.
I'd rather cry in the bins. That's all I'm saying.
What did Wall Street say? He goes, I've been sad and poor, and I've been sad and rich, and I'll take sad and rich any day.
Any day. Don't have me get started. That's my movie right there, boy.
I just watched that movie the other day. It was on again. I was flipping through. I was like, yep, I gotta watch this.
Every time I see that movie, bro, I'm watching it. It's kind of like Scarface. It's like Godfather to me. It's up there, bro. I love Wolf of Wall Street, man. Shout out to my boy Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah. For what you seen now, who could you give a max contract to? Kyrie, Westbrook, or Hart?
Kyrie.
I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's a tough question.
Kyrie, if I got to talk to him and knew he was going to be all in.
If Kyrie signed a contract for me and said I'll be here, I'm going Kyrie. But you never know with Kyrie. Like Mike said, Kyrie is more worried about being an activist. He's more worried about and it's more power to him. You know? More power to him. But like I said before, you cannot have your cake and eat it too, bro. When you're in the NBA, you need to be focused on basketball. Like I don't get it.
Why would you want KD if I hate him? Because I don't care what you hate.
With all the hate.
Like championships, Frankie.
Oh man, but then as far as the Philly Miami series goes, like I said, me and Greg were talking about it.
Miami, baby.
Joel Embiid better come out. He needs to. If I'm Joel Embiid right now, I'm watching Shaq film.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching Shaq film. Like I'm coming out angry.
I think you also have to have that understanding of, well, I don't have an MVP now, so you don't have a defensive player of the year now. You understood you lost that to Marcus and Joker. So go get a championship. That's the only way to go about it. And if he doesn't go about it that way and he acts like a sore loser, then the results are going to speak for themselves.
He was really pouting. I couldn't shake that. Like, you out here mad, bro?
I would be tight too, but
I would be mad, but I would have came out and gave them 40.
Yeah,
that breaks my heart, Mike. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All I'm saying is, I'm not judging him for being mad or disappointed. Like Shannon Sharp said, it's people that go for jobs they don't get. It's people that go to their bosses and ask for raises they don't get it. I understand that, but you don't. But
you carry that
about
into
it is
your
not
work,
going to help you.
Yeah, you just carry it into the world.
If I feel like I got snubbed for an MVP and I got a game the next night,
I'm gonna show them why I got snubbed.
Whoever I'm playing about to get hell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bro, I'm coming to you and I'm gonna apologize to you before the game, man. I'm sorry for this 50 I'm about to give you tonight.
See, Rob and Mike, imagine if that was Jordan that came in second MVP in that next game.
Oh,
he's dropping 50 at least. At the least.
It would have been toxic. That happened. It wasn't.
It did.
It did happen.
It did.
I forgot who won it.
Who got him? But
Olajuwon won it, didn't he?
It was either Olajuwon or because Mike only got 5 MVPs.
Or was it Barkley?
Barkley.
I think it was Barkley.
In 92, right?
It was Barkley because didn't they play them too in the finals?
No, 93. It was like that 92-93 season.
Yeah, because Barkley won the MVP, and then Mike was like, "Cool, that's fine, keep it. I'll take the ring."
Yeah.
Yep, he got it too.
Like if I'm Joel Embiid, I would have honestly asked, "Hey, can Miami get Joker just for this game?" And I want him to guard me.
I don't know about that one.
I'm just saying. I know it can't possibly happen, but that's just how angry I would have been.
Yeah.
Like, look what Kobe did to Steve Nash.
Look what
Kobe got snubbed, bro. And like after that game, I mean, I know, and I hold that against Kobe too for anybody that think, well, Kobe caught an attitude and quit. But that was with a coaching situation. But he quit, and I got mad at that. But if you see what he did to Steve Nash and the Phoenix Suns in Game 1 of that playoffs, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, he was going on. Yeah, he was going on.
And that's my only thing, man. These NBA players soft. That's why I love what I saw from Giannis last night, bleeding from the eye. Like, you ain't taking me out of this game.
Right.
My team ain't nothing without me. These guys don't have that mindset anymore,
right.
Man. Oh my God.
That's why I
need 2 days off.
Right. I rock with Jimmy so hard because Jimmy's not like Jimmy had like a broken back in the finals and he's still carrying a bunch of white boys and Kendrick Nunn. I was like, yeah.
Speaking of Kendrick Nunn, where has that guy been? But that's a different story.
He played the entire season with the Lakers and didn't play a single game, I don't think.
He didn't, though. Talk about free money.
Dude.
Free money.
Hey,
free
shout
money,
out my boy.
Hey, I want to go in the NBA and just hurt my ankle. I'll ride it out on the bench. Let's go ahead.
I'm gonna get drafted. I'm gonna shake the commissioner's hand and be like, my hand hurts.
I'm hurt.
Squeeze too hard.
I'm serious, bro. These dudes get a paper cut and be out for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very
bad.
The league is very soft now. For real. That's right, Damien Carl. Malone won in '97. Yeah. And then Jordan came back and beat him in the final as well.
Everybody got to smoke with Mike.
Everybody got it.
Yeah. And then Carl went on to do other things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like that.
no.
Yeah.
So, Anthony Price asked, could Jokic three-peat next year with another MVP?
I mean, is Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. not coming back?
Nah, I think Jamal will be back. Michael, who knows?
If I'm Denver, I'm honestly trying to trade MPJ.
Yeah, I think that's the problem though, is they gave him that fat ass contract.
They gave him a fat contract, bro.
It's
Oh
like,
my god.
You would have been better off if you would have just signed and traded him to whatever team were willing to give him that money. So now it's like it's way overpaid, and man, that'd be tough.
Yeah, I would say
If
if Jamal Murray is back, I don't think so, because he's gonna take some of the pressure off of Joker. But also too, my question with that is, we're gonna get a lot of questions answered, because how good is Jamal Murray really?
he's
That's what
average.
I'm saying. We've seen him, he had those spectacular games against Utah and against the Clippers in the bubble, but then they got destroyed by the Lakers, and we haven't really had enough of Jamal Murray to say how good he can really be.
Yeah, I also think like TJ Warren dropped 50 in the bubble, bro. And,
right,
and respectfully, Chris, it hasn't done much since. So it's like it's one of those things where you kind of just got to take it for granted that the bubble was a really weird situation. And in all seriousness, I always talk crap to all the Lakers about the Disney Award and the A Disney Award, but it is a real award. But a lot of what we saw wasn't legitimate, like individually. I feel like a lot of players that you saw popping off in the bubble, like Duncan Robinson, for example,
it was no pressure.
Right.
There's no pressure of a crowd or anything, no home court advantage.
Well, I got mad love for Dunk. I think Duncan's a great three-point shooter, but when you try to make him anything else, it's like, nah, bro, like that's not you. So I think, Jamal is above average to me, average to above average. I don't think he's a star or like
he's not even an all-star.
But here's my question. Are we ever going to start to see players leave or and not take the Supermax? Because I know Jokic can get this $250 million if he stays. But if Jokic wants to win the way he says he does, I would dip out of Denver. I would sacrifice that. If you truly want to be one of the best centers of all time, I would get out of there. I'd go team up with Luka. I'd go do whatever you got to do. But do you think he sacrifices that money?
I don't know, man, because if we talking 250
it's too much bread, bro.
I'm staying. I'm not gonna lie to you. We're gonna figure this thing out.
250 now.
We're gonna figure this thing out. You talking about 250 million, and I'm guaranteed $1.95. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
That's hard to pass up on that.
Versus
which
like
is why I don't
150, 170.
Yeah, I don't crucify Melo too much, but I said Melo didn't want to win. Melo wanted to check.
Right.
Like
if you get 170, 180, he might think about it if he thinks he has a better chance of winning.
Right. And that's my thing, though, is like, when was the last time we really saw a free agent leave that much money on the table? Giannis had an opportunity to do it. Giannis didn't do it. Curry could have did it. Curry didn't do it. Nobody did it. So it's like even KD didn't do it. You know what I mean? KD waited until his next contract and then left. But I don't know. I think that age is kind of over, and these guys are just collecting that bag because it's just so much money.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me personally, I'm not. It depends on how big of a bag Denver is offering me as opposed to what other teams can give me.
Right.
But it's hard to say no to life-changing, generational wealth type money. Like, think of the people he can help back in his home country.
Exactly.
And people take for granted a lot of these guys that are from overseas. They really take care of their people back home.
Right.
They really do. Like, you look at Luka, you look at Giannis, like they are really giving back. Look at what Dikembe Mutombo did. He was getting nowhere near the bag these guys getting now. But look at how much he's done for Africa. You know what I'm saying? So these guys really do go back home and take care of business. So it's kind of hard to turn down that money. But also too, the reason I asked about the Jamal Murray situation is because a lot of people keep saying, what if Jamal Murray was there? Think of how far Denver could have went. And I'm like, do we really know how good this guy is?
Right. No,
How can we say that Denver would have beat the Warriors if Jamal Murray was there?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think they get maybe one more game. It's just 4-2 instead of 4-1.
It's definitely a competition.
It's going to 6 games, but I don't see it going to 7.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think it depends like how hungry Joker is. I think if Michael Porter Jr. is back too, then it's a conversation.
Yeah, because Jay wanted to have a conversation earlier about Giannis and Joker, and I'm like, bro, to me personally, I think Giannis is better than Joker. Joker's more skilled.
Yeah,
but Giannis is like, if Joker scores 40 and Giannis scores 40, Giannis 40 is a little bit more louder.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
And Giannis plays defense. That's always going to be the deciding factor. Giannis he is a former defensive player of the year. And we saw what he did in the bubble. I mean, not in the bubble, what he did in the finals last year. 50 points, 14 rebounds, 6 blocks. Come on now.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just not the same.
It's not the same. Jay really made a point for Giannis, but I mean for Joker. But I'm like, come on, bro. You can't believe that.
I get where Jay's coming from with it too. It's like, but I'm also one of those guys that I don't think Joker is nearly as talented all around as Giannis. I think a lot of people snooze on Giannis' fundamentals and just what his game is. I think a lot of people are like, oh, well, he doesn't dribble the ball. He doesn't do this. But no forward really did him.
Yeah. Hold on. Cover your mic.
Yeah, sorry.
There you go. I got you.
I appreciate you, Rob Scott. But that's the kind of ball dudes played in the 90s. You never saw a forward dribbling the ball for the most part. It's just one of those conversations where you're like, oh, well, he doesn't have good handles. Well, neither did Scotty. Neither did Karl Malone. Neither did none of those dudes. They just do what they do. Dirk really didn't even have the best handles. You know what I mean? Like, Bron, for a while, didn't have the best handles.
No, he worked on that.
He worked on it. And he's still... Would you say Bron has top 3 handles in the league, top 5 handles in the league?
No, he just knows how. And I tell people that all the time. I said it's a difference between having great handling skills as opposed to just getting to your spot. Right. I don't think Kobe was the best dribbler. He just knew how to get to his spot. He knew how to play an angle and then hit that angle very hard. He might get you with a step back dribble through the legs, but they're not like how Iverson or Kyrie, who really relied on handling because of how short they were. That handling got them the space they needed. But when I'm 6'7", I don't really need that much space.
Yeah, exactly.
All the good old days, man. I miss the early 2000s, late 90s, man. Oh my God.
Yeah. Little Mike was a little baby.
Man.
You know what they called us back in the day, Rob Scott? We was little hood rats.
Little whippersnappers. The what they call them when they say breadcrumb. Look at the little breadcrumb.
Everybody was like, all these 90s guys like Rob Scott were like, oh, Jordan's the best. And here comes little Mike. Yo, Kobe's the best.
Hey. But see, I'm only 33. I'll be 34 this year. So even me, I was catching Mike on. Like when I saw Mike play, I was old enough to remember it, but I didn't understand it.
Right.
Kobe made me understand the game. That's why Kobe is my GOAT. Like I know Mike is the GOAT.
Right. Like
Kobe is my GOAT.
I remember Kobe. I watched Kobe, but Bron is the one where I was like, I get why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because I was old enough for those Miami days to understand it.
Yeah.
The early Cleveland days, I don't even really remember. But the Kobe days, I'm like, I remember watching and being like, that's cool. I don't know what that is, but that's cool. And then the Miami days, I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, like, dude, I almost cried with Kobe, boy. That 2010 victory against the Celtics, to me, is his best championship win. Me and Frankie had a moment the other day when we were talking about that. I remember that because I remember Kobe really took that Lakers legacy on. And he was like, I hate the Celtics.
Yeah. He hated Boston.
I'll be right back, boys. I'll be right back.
All right, Mike. But Anthony, to answer your question, if you trade LeBron and keep Westbrook, the Lakers are damn fools.
Yeah, that is telling you.
If you trade LeBron, you trade Westbrook as well. You don't.
Just break up the whole team.
Yeah, just break it on up. Yeah.
Anthony Davis got to go. Everybody got to go.
Everybody. Yeah, just start over.
Because there's no way in hell. Bron was the reason that the Lakers even got viewership.
Yeah.
Like, you want to see the King play. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not trading LeBron. If all he has is 2 to 3 good years left in him, I'm keeping him for all 2 to 3 of those good years. I'm not letting anybody capitalize off that. My boy Frankie the Yankee, yes sir, yes sir, man. Cole was my dude, man. Oh man, that's why I was so crushed when he passed away, bro. Like,
See,
I was so crushed.
Jordan's my GOAT, but my favorite player in that era when I was a kid and realized what really basketball was Reggie Miller.
Was Reggie?
Yeah, Reggie.
I was a Pacer fan, and that's you know what I mean. But I knew what Michael Jordan was doing, and I mean Michael Jordan is the GOAT.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, Jordan, you know, but I can respect that though, because Reggie was that dude, bro.
Yeah.
Like Reggie was that dude, man. And it's so funny because you look at Reggie Miller and you're like, oh man, he's a nice, clean cut guy that he gets on the court. And what he's like Beyonce when she turns to Sasha Fierce. It's like Reggie had a complete different side of him when he on the basketball. He get cocky as hell.
Oh, you never knew what was going to come out of his mouth when he was on the basketball court.
Yeah.
Hey, when he stood up the mic.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh, I said, okay, Reggie.
Yeah, they was about to square up and everything. Yeah.
Never forget the Spike Lee moments and oh yeah.
He told me, yeah, y'all choked. Hey, he said y'all team trash. Hey boy, I rock with Reggie, man. I love hearing those NBA stories when they talk about trash talkers because like I didn't know Larry Bird talked that much. I didn't even know Tim Duncan talked trash. It's like when KG was telling that story about Tim Duncan and how he like subtly talks trash, like he'll be like, almost big fella.
Yeah.
Here we go. Miss me. I'm here. Like, I'm like, okay, Tim. Oh man, I love that, man. Cause like Gary Payton was saying, who was one of the best trash talk? They was like, oh, Larry Bird, without a question. Oh, Larry Legend.
Larry start talking,
Man, bro. And I could see it too, cause like I remember Larry Bird saying that, like he was like, yeah, when I used to hoop, they put the white kids on me. I'm like, that's how you really feel? I said, damn, Larry. He said,
Larry felt like he had that game like a
black guy.
Like a black guy.
But he said that even when he was younger, he wanted to hoop with the black kids.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hoop with them because they can hoop. And I'm about to go over here and show their ass they ain't what they think they are. And I like Larry for that. Like I always say, because Chris, you know you welcome to the cookout anytime. Larry Legend is welcome to the cookout anytime.
You already know.
Hey, Larry Bird can come to the barbecue anytime he want to, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I tell everybody all the time. I love Larry Bird, man. Like I watch some of his highlights. You want to talk about somebody that was real cold-blooded?
And people want to just talk about that he's a three-point shooter. He was more than just a three-point shooter. That's
a
what he could play.
He was a hooper. Yeah. He was a hooper. He need whatever you need, I can do.
Yeah.
You know, because like remember, he the one, he stole the ball. You see DJ coming. There you go. Get that game-winning layup. You know what I'm saying?
And his career got shortened. It got shortened because of back problems, or he would. I mean,
but still,
who knows what he would end up doing?
It sucked too, because you could see him like when they was playing in the Dream Team, how he had to lay on his stomach, and you know, man, that old age. That's why I say technology is so far advanced now. Because back in the day, you couldn't think about playing 20 years.
Yep.
No,
especially not the way they played basketball.
Mm-hmm. Jordan play,
yeah. Kobe, my reason too. Kobe's the reason I love the Lakers. When I told you, I used to love hearing that song every time they won. I love LA. I ain't even from LA, but I celebrated. I ran outside when Kobe won the final. I was like, I told y'all.
Yeah, Jordan. When I started watching basketball, it was Jordan for me. The flu game, I was 8. I was watching the flu game, and it was amazing because I'm just like, this dude is darn near about to pass out on the court. and he's still dropping 36.
Yeah,
It
easy too.
was amazing. That flu game was something else.
Yes, sir, man. I love watching the Jordan highlights now because I'm like, oh, I remember watching this game. I wish I would have understood what was going on at this time, man, because that dude was amazing. I'm like, man, dude, especially being from Chicago, I remember we would win. My mom would take us to Ford City, which is a mall here, and they had this Bull store. And you can get all your memorabilia. I wish I still had those shirts, man. I remember getting the repeat shirts, the three-piece shirts. I remember when we got Dennis Rodman. I was such a Rodman fan, bro. I got the Rodman jersey. I was like, man, shit. And then Allen Iverson came out. He was the reason I used to have break. Like, like
Iverson, yeah.
That was my dude. Hey, look, I remember when he started wearing the sleeve. Every time we went to go play open court, somebody had the sleeve.
Somebody had a sleeve. Somebody had a sleeve on the court. It's like, dog, you was not Iverson. You took the sleeve off.
Man, and that just shows you the history of this game, man, of how many, great players we've been blessed to see, bro. Like, shoot, even with Dirk, bro. Dirk is the reason now when I shoot a fadeaway, I put my leg up. You get that extra space, bro. You get that extra space. We've had so many great players, bro, in the National Basketball Association, man. And it looks like the league is in good hands. Like,
and Barkley was like the first Zion one. He was the first guy that was big like that.
Yes.
That was athletic.
I tell people all the time, Barkley was the Blake Griffins, the Zion Williamsons of the world. He was the best person on the Dream Team. Amazing, right? A team that has Larry Legend, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Karl Malone. Barkley was the leading scorer. They couldn't stop him. Like, and it's crazy to think of all the great players that don't have a ring because of Michael Jordan.
Yeah. I watched Barkley in his later career when he was Houston. So it was Barkley, Clyde, and Olajuwon on that team.
And see, to me, that's one of the reasons why Jordan's the GOAT is because he didn't let other people get championships.
Man,
it was him or nothing.
hey, Olajuwon say, okay, he want to go play baseball. I'm gonna go ahead and sneak in here.
And get real quick. We're gonna get my two. Yeah.
Oh man, bro, yes sir, man. Mike stopped so many people. I know people used to get pissed, like, damn. Hey, nobody in the East beat this man.
When he came back from baseball, they were pissed. Like, man, stay the fuck away.
Yeah, stay over there.
Yeah, yeah. And
that teach you how to hit a curveball. Go back.
And that was during the time Shaq was starting to get on his rise. So remember, in '95, they beat the Bulls. Man, I know Shaq and them was pissed they got to see this team again next year. And Mike said, oh, no, I went back to 23. If you didn't know who I was, let me reintroduce you.
There it is.
Yes, man, bro. Oh, my God. I could talk basketball all day, bro. Like, I'm the type of dude that'll sit on NBA TV. I'll watch the old games. I'll watch just like the round tables, listen to what these players' thought process was. I love that, bro. Like, I love it.
Yeah. People forget how good of a coach Larry Bird was. Also.
Yeah, with Indiana.
That's when he was with the Bird. They made the finals and everything, and he was very good. He almost knocked. That was the team they almost knocked off Jordan in that conference final.
Oh yeah. I remember watching down The Last Dance.
Yeah, so I'm surprised he never got another gig after that. But yeah, Larry was a very good coach too.
I think Larry just got tired of it because then he went into like upper management.
Yeah, he was the Pacers general manager for a long time.
Yeah, he got tired of it. Like, I think when
he quit coaching the Pacers, he went into upper management in the Pacers and was there for years.
Yeah, and I think as a great player, it's hard to coach teams because they don't see what you see. Like when you're somebody like a Magic Johnson or Isaiah Thomas, a Larry Bird, and Larry probably had great success because Reggie could see what he was seeing.
Right.
But when you coaching a bunch of bums, I hate to say it, I know nobody's in the NBA technically is a bum, but when I People act like I'm comparing NBA players to people on the street. I know they can whoop my ass. So what I'm saying is, compared to your peers, you're a bum.
Yeah.
You know, so when you're coaching a bunch of bums, it's hard. It's like, dude, you didn't see that hole right there. You didn't see that gap. You didn't see the guy make the cut. No, they didn't.
Yeah.
That's why they're bum.
I think that's why it's hard for a lot of the great players to be GMs as well, trying to draft talent and pick
You're
talent.
looking for somebody like you instead of looking at what do my team needs.
Right.
You know, a great scout. That's why most of your great scouts are people that never touched the basketball. But they understand, okay, we need shooting on this team. I'm not even looking at nobody. If you're not a shooter, I'm not even looking at you. We need spacing on this floor, or we need a big man. We need some interior defense. You know, great GMs put teams together because they're listening to their scouts, because their scouts understand this is what we need on the floor. You know what I mean? So I would love to be an NBA scout, man. Like that seems like a fun job. I love going to these games and just watching talent.
Baseball scout would be a cool gig too.
Yeah, I bet you that is. Like when you understand the game of baseball, I bet you that's a cool gig. Think of all the free beers you get. No, I'm just
free beer and get to watch the game. Hey, it can't get much better than that.
On the real. Baseball though, I wonder, because you're looking for, and I know it's such a strategic game. I just wonder, like how do you know, like, man, this guy's a great shortstop, or this guy's a great outfielder, a great first baseman. You know what I mean? That's a lot to think about in baseball. There's so many moving parts in baseball.
Yeah, it is. It is a lot. Yeah.
See, I know a little something, Chris. You know, shortstop, and I know a little something. I played piggy as a kid. And that used to be one of our great pastimes. Don't put us in no part. Who got a bat in the ball? We finna get some piggy going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the NFL schedule coming out.
Yes, sir.
Supposed to be released tonight. We've already seen a bunch of it getting leaked. which kills me. You try to have a release show and you all get leaked before the release show. Don't make no sense. But
they say the Bears, in week 6, play Sunday night football and then come right back with Monday night football. Bear down, baby.
Giving the Bears quite a bit of prime time.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be pretty good this year. I'm not saying the best or they're gonna win the NFC North, but it's kind of hard to be as bad as we were last year.
I did see where they ranked the strength of schedules.
Yeah.
And 3 out of the 4 AFC West teams were in the top 10.
Oh wow!
Strength of schedule. I don't know how the Broncos aren't in the top 10, because all 4 of them should be in the top 10 just because of that division.
Yeah,
that's almost half your games.
Yeah,
the AFC West is going to be tough, bro.
It is.
The Broncos are the only one they didn't have in the top 10 as the strength of schedule.
Yeah, this will
Both
be
have one of the weakest schedules, so maybe we can actually take advantage of it this year.
Yeah,
let's hope.
Yeah, this will be the hardest year for the Chiefs in the West, but I still feel like whenever you got Patrick Mahomes, who's going to be the next GOAT, we'll be just fine. And I can't wait to play Tom AARP Brady week 4. I've been waiting on you, Tom.
That's going to be a great game. I'm actually going to mark that down on my calendar.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that game.
Yeah. Week 4. It's going to be.
We're going to be drinking that day.
Week 4 at 10.
We definitely going to be drinking that day.
Chargers and Chiefs, September 15th. That opens the season.
That's the opener.
Thursday night.
Yeah.
And then on the first weekend, you have Titans and Bills, Vikings and Eagles. That's all the games that are out so far for week 1.
Okay, that's decent. Yeah, it's decent.
Week 3, Vikings and Saints, and Chiefs and Bucks play each other week 3.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that.
Ooh boy, the city been waiting to get back at Tom for that Super Bowl, so we've been holding it in. So it's not gonna be here though. Sadly, it's gonna be at Tampa. But yeah, we
Bears and
definitely
49ers, week 1.
that'll be an interesting matchup. Bears Niners. That's
Yeah, I'll be watching this evening when they release all the schedule because
yeah.
be looking to see what Colts games I'm going to try to go to.
I'm really gonna be intrigued about Green Bay, and I can't
Yes.
believe I'm saying that, but to see what Aaron Rodgers can really do without a receiving core or without the best receiver in the league, is
Green Bay has to go get either Landry or OBJ or somebody.
they have to get somebody.
They have to make some kind of move. I don't know
They
what.
do. But it's hard to guarantee Odell Beckham Jr. because he's not coming back to like what, December?
Yeah.
I'd like the
So-
Colts to go get Landry is what I'd like to see, but
And I still, and you know what? Speaking of the Colts, I still think Matt Ryan got some game left in him.
see, I do too. I just think we need another weapon on the outside because
Yeah, it's like when people give him a hard time, but I'm like, have you seen the Falcons? It's hard to get up for that. Like, and I honestly think
and it wasn't like he had terrible numbers with the
no,
Falcons.
he didn't. And I told people like, because I'm honestly shocked. Julio is not clamoring to get to the Colts.
I've been thinking Julio would be a perfect fit for the Colts because of Ryan.
He knows Matt Ryan's system. He knows how Matt Ryan likes to play, and Matt Ryan knows all of Julio's spots. He knows
If
where he
Julio can
wants
stay
to ball.
healthy, hell, I'd be happy. I'd be happy as hell with that.
Yeah, I'm really shocked at that Julio is like not going to the Colts. Like, hey, what's I like? Because bro, like somebody on Julio's camp or his agent need to tell him, you are not max money anymore. You're not gonna get what you think you're looking for, bro. You haven't been Julio Jones for a while, and every time we look up, you're hurt. You're not gonna get max contract money.
No.
So you need
You're
to
gonna
get
get
in.
You're gonna
You
get a
gotta-
prove it deal.
Yeah, you got to get in where you fit in.
Yeah.
Because Tom Brady already sent the offer. He said, "Come play." And that's the last thing you need is a Julio Jones going to play with Tom Brady.
Please don't let that out. Don't.
Because
Make it harder than what it is already.
the Bucks need a number one receiver too.
Yeah. I mean, they got Mike Evans, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah, but Mike
Yeah.
Evans is like that. I mean, I know what Mike Evans used to be, but he's kind of turned into a specialty type of receiver, like my end zone receiver, or I need to get this first down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His speed is kind of declined. He doesn't really get that separation, which is why Brady went to Godwin a lot of times.
Yeah, went to Godwin. Yeah.
And I know Chris Godwin's coming back, but just think if you got Julio, Godwin, Mike Evans, and Gronk, to hell with Antonio Brown.
Yeah. To me, Evans is at his best when the plays break down and he has to make something happen.
Yeah.
And when you're with a quarterback like Brady, he gets rid of the ball so quick that he don't give plays a chance to really break down.
No, he don't.
Because he's not going to take those hits at being at an older age. So I think honestly, I think that hurts Evans a little bit. Like Evans, I think would be great with a guy like Aaron Rodgers.
Or Pat Mahomes.
Or
Pat
Mahomes.
Yes,
guys that after the play breakdown get out of the pocket and make a play. That Evans is perfect for that.
Yeah, he would be. But see, he also got surefire hands. So when Brady needs I just gonna throw it up there, go get it type of play.
Yeah.
Evans will go get it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he is gonna get it. Yeah.
But I'm excited though.
That's one of the games I had circled was when we played Tampa, and then
give me 1 second, y'all.
I'm excited about football.
Yeah, and I know that the Chiefs play the Bengals again too, so I definitely got that one circled.
Ready for football season to get here. It sucks we still got a while.
Yeah, we still got 3 months till preseason. Yeah, but it will be here before you know it.
It'll be nice though here in a couple hours or so be able to actually see the whole schedule and be able to go through it, knowing all the dates and times and
Yeah. Yeah. Usually on the schedule, I usually look for, okay, how many primetime games do the Chiefs have? And then when is their bye? If it's in the middle, if it's in the middle of the season, I love it. That's good. If it's towards the end, I love it. That's good.
just don't want it early.
Yeah, I never really like it when it's week 4 is your bye week. It's like, no, I don't want that.
Yeah.
So
Like week 12, week 13.
yeah, somewhere around there is fine. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to see how many prime times we get. I know the game against the Chargers, that's the Thursday night. So we'll see how many more.
Did the Royals end up winning last night?
They won that game against the Rangers. Yeah.
I was gonna say I thought they ended up winning. I almost picked them to win that game yesterday on my sports betting show, and that was a game I ended up staying away from. I didn't pick either team. I did say I thought the Royals would win, but I couldn't pull the trigger on it. Reds got a win last night again. They've been playing a little better here last week and a half.
They've been playing better, yeah. Yeah.
So then today they start a series with the Pirates. So hopefully we can maybe win some games against the Pirates. Last series against the Pirates was the first series that we'd won. So hopefully maybe we can win another series. It's pretty bad when you're in the second month of the season and you've only won one series.
Yeah. It's progress. It's progress.
Baseball's a long season, but
it is.
Man.
Yeah, the Royals have started off slow too. They're only 10, and
I keep telling myself that a few years ago when the Washington Nationals won the World Series, they had the worst record in baseball at the All-Star break, and they came back, made the playoffs, and won the World Series. So I keep telling myself that so I don't give up all hope. But
yeah.
But I also don't think the Nationals started out 6-24.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to come back when you start off that slow. Yeah,
you're 13 games back to be already after the first month. It's like, man, it's hard to dig yourself out of that big of a hole.
It is. It's very hard.
Especially when you don't have pitching. That's like now our bats we're starting to hit the ball, but we scored 14 runs yesterday and still barely won the game. Won 14-12. So I mean, if our pitching and bullpen can't hold nobody, it don't matter how good you hit the ball.
Exactly.
Beginning of the season, we were struggling to hit the ball. Now we're hitting the ball better, but man. Well, like I told you guys yesterday when they were up 7-0 or whatever, I'm like, man, this game, I'm not even feeling comfortable.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable, yeah. Yeah, because the pitching,
Talking about the Reds?
Yeah.
Man. They lost?
No, they ended up winning yesterday.
Okay, good. Happy for you.
Barely, 14-12.
Oh, that's a high scoring game for baseball.
Oh yeah.
That we didn't get to it yesterday. That pitcher from the Angels that had
hitter.
Yeah.
Oh, the no hitter.
Reed Detmers.
Reed Detmers
was a rookie, and what was most impressive to me about this no hitter is usually in no hitters the pitcher has a bunch of strikeouts. The ball's not getting put in play that often. He only had 2 strikeouts that whole game, and to pitch a no hitter with only 2 strikeouts, that's even more impressive to me because, I mean, your defense had to be on point.
Yeah, and it's hard. Get it? Throwing a no hitter is hard, especially in today's game where everybody can hit the ball 400 some feet and all that. So.
And managers not wanting to let pitchers stay in the games.
I don't want to let them stay in the game. So for him to be allowed to stay in the game that long to get the no hitter was just awesome. So you don't really get to see as many of those as you used to. So it was.
You see more no hitters now that are combined no hitters.
Yeah, combined, right?
You see more of those where
when you say no hitters, you mean so nobody was able to get a base.
Well, nobody was able to get a hit. Nobody got on base by a hit.
Right.
Because if there's a walk, you can still have a pitch.
Right. It's different if it's a walk, but just saying nobody was able to hit it and get to first base or whatnot.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that does sound difficult.
Yeah, it's very.
And he done it with only 2 strikeouts, so that makes it even more difficult because you got to depend on your defense to make those plays.
Right. Catch those balls, or get when you catch the outs, or at least get to the ball quick enough where you can get it to the basement. Okay, see, I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
And now, like Greg was saying, pitchers or managers want to take pitchers out so quick now, so you don't see many no-hitters like that anymore. Most of them are where they're combined between the starting pitcher and your relief pitchers, and they don't give up a hit. But this one, he was allowed to stay in the whole game
for all
and get a no-hitter. So you don't see many of those
innings,
anymore.
right?
Yeah, 9 innings. Yeah.
Okay.
It is easier to get a no-hitter than it is the perfect game, because a perfect game is no walks, no errors, no hits. That one's a little bit harder than just the just a no-hitter.
So let me ask you this, because I've always wanted to know this. I'm sorry, I've turned this into a baseball trivia. What do they mean when they say errors?
Somebody fouled up some. So it was supposed to be whatever the routine play is, like a routine ground ball, and then somebody flips it to first and it goes into the stands. That's gonna be an error.
Oh, okay. So like let's say I scooped up the ground ball and I threw it to first base and he misses the catch.
Yeah, that's an error. That's gonna
got you.
It could either be an error on the first baseman for missing the catch or an error on the third baseman for a bad throw.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if the ball's hit the unit, you don't field it cleanly, and the scorer of the game deems that it should have been a routine play. They'll call you for an error for not fielding the ball.
Got you.
That's why they give out like the gold gloves for fielders. That at the end of the year they'll have their MVP, but then they have gold glove awards.
Yep.
And for pitching, they have the Cy Young award, who's basically whoever had the best season as a pitcher.
Okay. I'm gonna start. I told you, I'm slowly but surely. I'm gonna get into it. Then I'm gonna be up here talking to y'all like, man, well, he averages about 3 errors a game.
And that's where to me, that's where pitchers sometimes they get too much of the credit, and sometimes they take too much of the blame, because a pitcher can pitch a good game, but if there's errors behind them, even just 1 or 2 errors behind them, it can change the whole complexion of that game and his start.
Right.
So, I mean, yes, you're dependent on the pitcher a lot, but the pitcher is dependent on the defense.
Yeah.
A lot. So, I mean, sometimes I think they take a little too much of the credit and a little too much of the blame.
I get you. That's like if I throw the ball to the batter, he hits it in the outfield, but you acting like you got a hole in your glove and you can't catch the ball. How's that my fault?
Right.
And in baseball, when there's an error committed or a walk, usually something bad happens after that. That's usually when somebody's going to score a run. You give a team extra
momentum
out,
changes.
Yeah, you give them an extra out, you're in trouble usually.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's in all sports. Once a team sees that momentum change, it's time to capitalize. You know what I'm saying? That's in all sports. Yeah. That's why I'm so excited about football, because I really feel like football is a game of momentum.
Yeah, it is.
It's a game of momentum. Like basketball, you can call a timeout or something to kind of stop somebody's run. Football is like once we get hot, like me and my receivers are on the same page, or we get hot as a defense, it's over with. You in trouble now. We done figured you out.
Yeah, I've seen that work both ways for us. It was good in the Buffalo playoff game. Yeah, we got all the momentum and then I saw the other end of it the very next week with the Bengals. So.
He was like, "Oh Lord Jesus!"
And you can feel, and it's bad when you feel it, because it's like, man, this is about to be bad.
Yeah, you're sitting at home like, man, it's over. I know it is, right? Yeah.
Man, it's the worst feeling ever. I always say, people will ask, well, what's worse as a fan, your team losing the Super Bowl or losing that conference championship? We've lost 2 AFC Championship games, the overtime with the Patriots a few years back, and then this last season.
Yeah.
It's harder losing that championship game. That one hurt really bad than the Super Bowl. At least with the Super Bowl loss, it's like, okay, we made the Super Bowl. We had a good season. We'll try again next year. Where if you lose that championship game, it's like, dog,
We were right there.
we were there. It was
We
the
were
game
right
before,
there.
and we didn't get so. The championship losses hurt more.
That's probably why you hate Tom Brady so much, Greg.
That was the beginning of dislike, but it's hard losing that conference title game.
Oh yeah.
It's hard.
All right. Do you guys have any final thoughts before we wrap up the show?
Oh man. I'm going to say, I'm gonna give Dallas the win tonight.
Ooh.
Okay. There will be a game 7. Philly is gonna beat the Heat, so we'll have at least one game 7. I think the Suns end it tonight.
I agree. I think Philly wins tonight. Suns win tonight in that series. And I think Boston's going to win the next game.
So we're gonna have a game 7.
Or wait, no. This is game 6, right?
Yeah, this game 6 at
No, I think Philly's going to win tonight, and I have Philly winning the series. So
Philly win the series. Okay, yeah.
I think they'll win it tonight. If they don't win it tonight, oh man, whew,
Yeah,
could be in trouble.
Yeah. It's because this is game 6 for the Philly Sixers and the Heat. So
I think they'll win tonight.
yeah,
Force that game 7. I think the Sixers are going to win in 7. Actually, I really do. I think the Sixers are going to win this series.
if Joel Embiid shows up,
Because the Heat don't have nobody that can guard him.
yeah, he doesn't.
Not when he's helped. Now I know he's been banged up, but if he can go out there and play even 90% of himself, I think the Sixers have a great chance of winning the game. If he can go out, he just has to go out there and have a solid game.
Yeah, 35 points, 13 rebounds. It's gonna take that kind of effort tonight.
I think the Suns close it out tonight.
Oh yeah, they will. They'll close it.
I want to thank everybody for joining us today on the Afternoon Blitz. We will see you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. We'll have a lot to talk about. You got tonight's NBA playoff games.
Yeah.
And then there's some good playoff games on tomorrow. We'll talk about those as well. But on behalf of Greg and Rob, thanks for joining us on ASAP Afternoon Blitz, and we will see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern.
We gone.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports all plays. All sports all plays. We on top of our game.